Hello and welcome back to class. Now we're going to continue from where we stopped. In our previous class, we looked at the CSS box model. So this was the file we used. We talked about margin zero, padding zero, box size and border box, which I said I'm going to explain when we do CSS positioning and layouts. Okay. Then also we'll talk about yes, positioning, layout, flexbox, and the rest of them. Then we also talked about padding in the previous class where we looked at we said padding was an internal space, the margin and external space, and the border is like the boundary surrounding the element. And we also talk about the content. Sorry if I'm a little bit fast, just a recap of the previous class. Then now we talked about the padding and margin when they are taking a single value, double value, triple value, and four values, right? Then we talked about how to create a cycle by using the border radius. We look at border top right, border bottom, so on, so on and so forth. So if you didn't watch the video, I think it's going to be linked on this video, so you see it. Now, that aside, in today's class, we are not going to be doing much, right? Because from the last class, we also did something. I think we did this little project. So let me just open it up. So this is this profile, open with live server. Right, this was the project we did on the last class. Right, I explained how to do something like this. Remember, this was from a project called GB HNG Tax 1 the notified app. Right, so this was from this. So this was what we did. It was also on the last video. So if you missed it, I do advise you to watch it. Now I'm going to close these guys because we don't need them. Now in today's class, we are going to be doing a kind of a project as well. Right, that's what we'll be doing. It's better to put all of what we learned into building a project. Remember, I said the other day that the best way to learn CSS is by doing project. Now, I've talked about a couple of things since we started the course, HTML and CSS as well. But I don't think I've talked about background image, right? I don't think I've talked about background image. So I'm going to be looking at background image, how to add background image. So I wanted to do something like a movie website, though I looked at Netflix. I wanted to do Netflix, right? But this is not Netflix actually. This is my own Netflix clone. That was in year 2022. So let me just open netflix.com. .com. I don't know if it's .com they use. Okay, good. So this is the real Netflix website, right? So it has been updated. Like I said, okay, this is even NG. I don't want NG. I want the worldwide. Okay, I don't know why it keeps directing me to NG. When I opened it not quite long, I was seeing kind of language stuff here. But then this is Netflix Nigeria. I think like I said, I've done this website in the past. So I don't want to so this is the one I did. If you see, you can see something like digital here and see the URL gbnetflix.app, right? Now I don't want it to seem as though like Netflix's website is the only website we're doing or I'm doing. Let me put it that way. I want to do something different. Like if you look at this, aside bringing the background image, this is the next thing. As I then this was white in color rather. But I want to do something a little bit different. That was why I looked for this website. I think I've lost it because of this stuff. So let me just open more tabs to get it. Okay, good. So I looked for something like this. I want us to design this website using CSS. So this is what we're going to be doing. We just want to get the interface done. Not like we're going to be going into more details like this when I click. We're not going to do that. And also these over properties are so we're not going to be taking care of them, right? So we just want to focus on bringing the background image and bringing this guy doing that transparent color. And that's pretty much that about this project, right? So I'm going to take this guy here. Right, and then project we open it on the screen over there. So let me just come back and I'll create a new folder for this. So everything will also be in the CSS. So I'll say movie underscore website. Movie, we have a movie project. Let me just say project. Alright. So I want it to be within this guy. So in fact, I also create another folder called profile. Let me just call this guy. Okay, no need. I wanted to let's just leave that. So for the movie project, I'm going to create index.html and I'll create style.css, right? I could create an image folder, but then I'm not going to be doing that. I just to what I'll do, I'll come here, then I'll right click and see if I can download this image. Save as. No, that's not the image. That's not the image. Cancel. So let me see if I should inspect this page. Let me see if I can get this image. Right. Let me see. Right click and inspect over here. Okay. Okay, good. I've seen the image. So I've seen the image, right? So let me just click on this. It will take me to the image. And I can right click. I can save the image as something. Okay, it has been downloaded. So let me just drag it. So you saw I got the image just now. So it was a little trick there. So let me just right click and rename this thing to be hero image.png. So let me just name it as hero.png. Right? So let's continue. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is to bring out my markup. Like I said, in this course, I'm going to teach you how to replicate UIs, not just go there, see something, and I want you to know how to look at something and create something or create that thing exactly just as it is. Let me just put it that way. So now, also this logo, I'm going to be downloading the logo. I'll say save image as logo, right? But I'm going to save it inside of this, and let me share this ABCD, and then it's inside my CSS, and inside CSS inside movie project. I'm going to save it here, right? So those are the two images we need, right? Now let's start. So the first thing I'll do, if you look, I have the hero, I also have the other one. Now, I didn't show you how to do icons, or rather favicons. Now, let me show you favicon. This is a favicon, right? But if I should come back here and do something like, let me say movie web. I don't think it's movie web. I will see the logo. Okay, no. It's an SVG. So if I come here and I do something like H1 and I say movie web. No, not that, man. Movie web and save. Then let's see what we're going to get. So I'm going to right click and open this with live server. Right, so you can see what I'm getting, movie web. Now, this is my own favicon, right? That's the default favicon that comes with it. What I will do is this. I will come back here, look for the title, what's the title given? It's called Watch Movies Online with with Plex TV. Right, so let me just use that same title. I'm going to say watch movies online with Plex TV. Right, now let me see if I can right click, copy this and paste it again. Let me paste this guy. Then let me see if I can name it as favicon.ico and see if it will work. If I say favicon.ico, okay, so let's see if it will work. And if I come to my index.html, I can see link colon icon, link colon favicon, right? So if I save and let's see what will happen. By the time I come back here and reload, it's not working. This guy is not working. The reason is because I don't think it's seeing that as an ICO file, right? Link favicon favicon.ico. Okay. An error occurred while loading the image. Now the first thing I'll bring to the web page is the logo, the search bar, and all of these links, right? Now let's go back. So please follow. I'm going to be a bit fast. Now, I'll remove this heading because I don't need that. Now, what I need is, let me say something like a container, right? So I'll create a div with a class of container. Now, why am I creating a div with a class of container? If you look at this place, let me see if somebody's trying to join. Okay, you typed something. Yeah, yes, I'm recording. So you get the record. Now, if you look at this place, you notice that the image is covering everything, right? So that image is like, so what will happen is that I will give the image a class of container. I'm going to add the image as a background image using CSS. So that's what we'll do. So I'll give a class of container, then I will create my nav bar, right? I can say nav, right? Now inside of the nav, I have my logo, so I can say img Then the source of the image will be what? The logo.svg, right? Then also I'm going to create a search bar, right? So I'll say input, right? So I'll leave that aside. But for the input, if you notice something, you notice that I have a search icon and I have my placeholder there, right? Then I have the input itself. So there's something you can do. You can give a class of dot search, right? Can give it create a div with a class of search, call this guy, put it downstairs, right? Then you bring a search icon. So let's go to iconify, what we used in the previous class. So I can come here and say iconify.design, right? So I'll go to icons, right? Then you can also search for iconify CDN. Remember in the previous class, or on the previous class rather, I said you can't use iconify without the CDN, right? Remember the CDN is a content delivery network, is what we use to hook to iconify library online. So let me just copy this thing again. Why this thing have to copy? So let me just copy it. I will correct it. Now this is a script, so every script will be under, right? Be that before or after the closing body tag. So I've added that guy there. Then I'll come back here. I'll go to the stuff. Let's search for iconify. Let me search for search. So let's just grab any of this. Let me just take this. Now I'm going to copy this. Take it to my stuff. Now I'll put it inside of the div, right? So let's take note of that. Now if I come to the web page, I'm going to split this into two equal halves to avoid let me just split it into two equal halves. Now if I come back to the web page, you notice that I'm getting all of this, right? Seems like the logo is kind of big. Let me see. Oh, that is a white color. So let's just continue. If we give a dark color, we'll know if it's coming or not. Then now the next thing I have over there is the text, right? So I'm just going to copy the text. So you can see this is a big text, right? But for the text, don't forget inside of my nav bar, the other things I will put. So I will come back to that. So let me just see each one. I'll put all of these guys, right? So this is a link. How do you know it's a link? If you notice, okay, but we'll come to that. So I'll copy this guy again, right? Then put that inside the paragraph tag, paste that. And this is a link that says watch free. How do you know it's a link? Remember I said when you hover past or hover over a link, this thing sounds somehow. You see a blue stuff on the bottom left, right? Telling where that link is going to. So let me just create a link for watch free. Right? So just to come down here and say anchor. Inside there I will do something like, let me just give it a reference of hash so it's going nowhere. And I'll say watch tch then free. Right, so if I save this, let's go back. So these are our web pages for now, right? So let's go with the styling. Now for the body, I don't need to touch the body except for something like I can just decide to test style, background, red, right? So let's see, you can see that pixel is coming out. You get, so it's just the style of the logo. So let me remove all of this. Y. So that's what I need. Then I also need to link my style so I can see link column CSS, right? So let me check if this guy has finished downloading or finish. Okay, see, I think it's network issue. Okay, we'll leave that. We'll come back to that maybe during the end of the video. So I've gotten all of this, but now I also need this nav, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can use either list or any of them, but let me just use pure links to create them. Right, so I'm going to expand this guy, then come over here and do something like my nav. So I can put this to in a div. I'll say dot left, right? So let these guys be on the left hand side. That's after my div. Then I'll create a dot right. Right now, on the right hand side, I have free movies and TVs. Right, so let me just do that. Also come down and say anchor. I can say times 5. I think is it up to 5? So let me see. Sorry. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, free movies and TVs, live TV, features, download. I'll come here and say free movies and TV, right? Live TV, right? Features. Then I have download. And after that, the next thing I have is sign in and sign up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's actually says so. I'll add the sign in and the sign up. So you just to come back here and do something like sign in, right? And sign up. SIGNAP. So save. So this is what I will get, right? So let's continue. Now on the HTML page, we are done with everything. So let's go to the styling, right? So on the styling, I can do something like universal selector, margin 0 pixel, right? Padding 0 pixel. So let me see. You can see there's no margin and padding again, right? And I can just add box sizing to be border box. Remember, these are just constant things I like doing to remove every default padding and margin and to do something else, which I said you understand. Like when I do CSS layout and positioning. Then now we have a dot container class, right? So if I take the container class, I can give a background color of red. So let's see if it's working. It's working good. But now that's not what I want to do. Rather, I want to give a background image, right, of URL. So this is how to add the background image. You say URL, then you add it by putting the name of the image. So the name of the image is hero.png, right? So I don't need all these ones. That's if it's inside the folder. So if I do this, you can see what I'm getting. Now if I open this, you can see I'm getting the hero image. So I don't think I need to do linear gradient or something because the image is already it has been edited in such a way that the dark part is at the left hand side, so there's no need for me to actually do anything over there again, right? So that's working fine. And the next thing I'll do is that I will work on this nav bar and the rest. So let's look at the nav. Now I will say the nav is inside the container, so let me just say nav. I would have done something like dot container nav, but no, let me just I don't want this thing to be too complex. I will say nav, right? So let me target the nav image first. Nav image, so I want to give it a width of 100 pixel. So if I say, you can see the image is now reduced, right? I think it's even smaller than that. Let me just say 80 pixel. Now one trick about images is that you don't edit or you don't style height of an image. You get, there are use cases, so that there is a time whereby you style the height. Now in most cases you want to style the width. You get, so for this logo now, when you style the width, it's going to affect the height. So you can see what we're having. But if I should give it a height, let me see height of 300 pixel, what should happen? See what's happening to the image. So it's not really nice to start height. Sometimes you see an oblong image. I don't know why this one is not even behaving like that. So it's not good. Just tie the width and you are good to go. And now for the nav, I wanted to say display or flex, right? But I've not taught you flex, or we've not done flex. Now there's what we can use. We use it during that last class. You can say display of inline block, right? So to see, okay, it's not behaving like a flex element. Okay. I don't know. So just permit me, let's use display of flex. Like I said, you use CSS. You learn CSS by building project. Now what does this display of flex mean? Display of flex means that I want the two items to be placed side by side close to each other. We'll understand this better on the next class. But that's what it simply means, right? They will place in a horizontal position side by side. So I can change it to vertical position by using the flex direction. But I'm not going to do that, right? Then also I'm going to say there's a left there. I can see the nav. Okay, let me just put this here. The nav dot left, right? I will set the display to flex again, so that those two will be placed side by side, right? So I'll please take note of that. So that's what that one is doing. Now remember, the main website on big screen is not like this, so we're not going to make it responsive. So this is how it is on desktop, which is like what I call big screen. Desktop is the correct pronunciation. So this is what we are going to be doing, just the desktop view. Now the image, there's something I need to do. If we go back to the container rather, I can set the height to be 100 vh. Now remember I said the other unit of height or stuff like this. So vh means viewport height. If I see, if you see what's happening now, it means 100% of that stuff, of that screen view height, viewport height. Now if you look at this one, this is not up to 100 percent of it, but then I'm just making my own 100%. You get, I just, I don't want anything to be there again. So if you wanted to do that in exactly, so give it 90 or 80%. So let's leave it that way. Then also the logo, let's see if we're having the same logo. Okay, their own is kind of smaller, so we're still going to go down a bit. So for this, let me say 50. Okay, I think we're getting the size. Okay, good. 50 is the size. Then now the nav bar. This nav. Remember, we give it display of flex. We can do align items center. Now what this is doing is a horizontal alignment. You can see now they are now kind of on the same line. So that's what it means. So please take note of that. Then there's something I can do, justify content, space between. Now don't forget, inside of this space I have two shared elements, which are the left and the right. Now sorry, two children, I don't want to say two shared elements. So I have the left and the right. So if I do align item center, both of them will be placed like that. Then I can do this, I can save this, right? If I save now, let me just go back and save. Justify content, that left and right will be placed on each side of the screen. If I come back here and save now, oh sorry, not there. I'm supposed to save my CSS. Specify content space between. Can you see what's happening? So the left is over here, the right is over here. Now I'm still going to do align items on this nav left. So I'm going to say align items center. Alright, so watch what will happen. So both of them are now like on the same line. I'm supposed to say nav left, display flex, align item center. Okay, seems like it didn't work. Display flex, align items center. Okay, fine, let's leave that. There's a way we're going to do it. Now, let me make this like this. Now, the next thing we'll do is that we are going to. Mm, okay, let me leave it on full screen so that we see what I'm doing. Now, for the nav, I'm going to give a margin top of 20 pixel. Oh, okay, that margin top will not work. Margin top will not work. So this is what I will do. I'll give a background color of RGBA. Now, why am I giving that RGBA background color? If you look at this, you see something like a black transparent color or a dark transparent color. And that's what I'm about to give. So I'll say 0, 0, 0, okay, I guess you're on the call. Good, you are still here. Guess you're following. So when I say 0, 0, 0, so this will give me all zeros. Then the alpha value I can say 0.5. So when I save, can you see what I'm getting? So that's giving that. Now I'm just going to do a little trick here. Now what is that trick? I can come back here and do something like dot nav wrapper or nav container. So let me just do nav wrapper. Now this nav wrapper, what I will do is that I will cut this guy, open this and put it over here. So see, now what that nav wrapper will do, remember there's a space here. If I give padding, it will work. Margin, it will also work. So I can give a nav wrapper and give a padding to the nav. Now what will happen is this, all of this will be for my, what's it called, my nav wrapper, right? So the nav wrapper will contain all of those style. Then the nav itself, can now have something different. So I can say padding. Okay, if I say margin top now, what will happen? It's still going to push everything 30 pixel. Can you see it's still pushing everything? But now I'm not going to use margin top again. So this is a use case of padding over margin. If I say padding top, can you see what I'm getting? Sorry, padding top. Can you see what I'm getting? That guy is pushed down a bit, right? So that's what we want to achieve. So if you look at this side, I think the padding top is too much. So let me just see 5 pixel will be okay. I think 5 pixels should be okay. So if I save, come back here, 5 pixels is too small. Let me just say 10 pixels will be okay. I don't want to do to perfection, right? Okay, so I think that thing is not even up to 10. Let me say around it, but then let's just leave it this way. Then now the nav wrapper itself, we're going to give it a padding. right? I can come here and see padding. Let me see 10 pixel. Let me save. So can you see what I'm getting? Okay. So that's what we're getting. Now don't forget, good. I know why that guy is not being positioned the other time. I've seen the reason. Now I have a search. What is it called? I have a search over here, right? So I'm going to start that search now. So if I come back here, I can say dot search, right? I'll give it display of flex again as well. Align items of center. Then okay, this will do it. So let's see. Can you see what I'm having now? This guy is now being positioned correctly. Now this guy, I also give it a background color of red so that you see the icon. You can see I'm having an icon over there, right? Now let's tie that. I'm going to give a background color of RGBA as well. So if you look at this, you can see that that guy is kind of light. So I'm going back. I'll give a let me say background color RGBA of this, but I'm not going to give it exactly this. I'm going to give it 0.1. Let me see. Mm, hmm. Oh, sorry, not to that guy, not to that guy. It's not to this one. It's to it directly, sharp, but not this. Is not what I will give. So let me use a white RGB or the white version of it. So I'll say 256, right? So let me save and see what will happen. Can you see what is happening? Good. Then now to the input itself, I'm going to say the search input, right? I'll give it background color of transparent. So if I save, you can see what is happening, right? And I also give a border none and outline none. I'll say border none, since none of them are the outline of none, right? So this is what I will get now, right? So it's looking like it. Though not perfect yet, but let's see. Now there is a what's it called? There is a placeholder there that says find movies and TV. Find movies and TV, right? So I'm going to go to the input. I'll say placeholder. I'll say find movies and TV So if I save, this is what I'm going to be getting, right? So let's manage it. So I don't think there's a need to even edit that. So what I will just do just to come back here and give this icon a color, right? So I can see SVG. I can put that anywhere. Let me just see SVG. The reason I will say dot search SVG so that in case there's another SVG on my web page, it won't affect it. I'll say color. Let me just say gray. Even if it's not actually gray, but let's just manage gray color. Let's see. Okay, good, it's working. So let's just go back. Now, there's something I will do. I can give a padding to the search, right? Or I'll give a border radius first of 5 pixel. Let's see. I want it to be called 50 is too much. Let me say 10 pixel. That's what I'm having. And I can give a padding. A padding of 10 pixel as well. 10 pixel will be too big. Wow, I said it. So a padding of let me see 5 pixel. I'm used to round figures. No. Let me see 3 pixel. But then this should be, let me see. Okay, good. 3 pixel works. But then this should be let me make this sorry. Okay, yes. Border radius of 15 pixel. So that to be curved or true. Good, that's what I want. Then now I need a margin left. I can come back on this search. I'll say margin left of 10 pixel. You have to be move away from that guy a bit. 10 is too small. Let me see margin left of 20 pixel. Okay, 20 is fine. Then now for this nav, I will increase the padding of the left and right hand side. Remember, I said the nav wrapper should have a padding of 10 pixel. I can say that for top and bottom. Then for left and right should be 20 pixel. Yeah. Let's see. This will do it. So if I save and boom, I'll say boom. So you can see what we're getting. Though my own is a little big, but let's just manage it that way. Then for this, what's it called? This search, the search. Padding. I think I will make this padding 5. Then I'm going to okay, no. Let me come back to the okay, the CSS is the container good. I can reduce the font size to let me say 14 pixel. Let me see. Okay, good, it's better this way. Now I can increase the width of this. I can say width. Though it's not nice to give it a width sharp, but let me just say 200 pixel. And 200 is too small. Say let me see 1000 pixel. Okay, it's working. It's working. I just want to be sure it's working. So let me just say 300 pixel. Good. Okay, so you can see what we're having. So I can come back here for the SVG, right? Let me see. This is the SVG. I can give a margin left of 5 pixel. Okay, good. Then also for the input, let me see. For this, okay, it's very close to it though. Let me just come back to that. For the input, I can give a margin left of 5 pixel as well. By the time I save, so you can see what I'm getting. So that one is settled. So for the right hand side, you just to give a color of white to my anchor tag. So you just to say dot nav a. So I can say color of white, right? And I can see what is it called? Text decoration of none. Now we can use pseudo class. Why is my stuff not working? Oh, sorry, nav, not dot nav. Dot nav means a class. So if I save, you can see what I'm getting. Also, let me just use a. Let me just come back and say body, right? And I will see font family. Let me use sans serif, right? Sans serif is kind of better to do this. So for this, the text is small. I think I need to make my text a bit smaller. So I can come back here. I can see font size. Let me make it 14 pixel. Okay, 14 pixel works. So now for the anchor tag, so I can say I want to give a margin, right? Now if I say margin, I don't want to give the margin to all everywhere, so I can say margin left of 20 pixel. Why am I using margin left? I want them to be moved away from the left hand side and not the right hand side. If I should change this to margin right, what will happen? If I say margin right, you can see it's now moving away from the right of the screen, but that's not what I want. It's the left, right? So that's for that. Take note. What again? The last one is yellow in color and dark stuff. So you know what to do. You can give it. You can use a pseudo class or give it a class name. So for mine, I'll give it a class name. I'll say class of sign up, right? Now I'll come back here. I'll say dot sign up. I want it to have a color of black, right? Then background color of yellow. Now this background color, my yellow will be different. So how do we get the real yellow? So I'm going to go back, use this background color, right? So I'll go back to my web page. It's too dark. It's too dark. That's not it. And this is kind of okay. Let's just come back. Let me move this down. I know I'm not that good with colors, but let's just manage that, right? So let's just manage that. So now I'll come back here and give a padding. I'll give a padding of 10 pixel, then border radius of 3 pixel. So if I save, now this is what I'm going to get. The 10 pixel padding is too big. What was it? 10 pixel. See, border radius, padding of 10 is too big. So I would say from top and bottom should be 5 pixel, and from left and right should be 10 pixel. So let's see. Okay, good. It worked that way. So for the text, what am I going to do to the text? So I can come back here to the HTML file. Now all of these things I can put them in the let me see div. Let me call this one content. So I'll say dot content. Alright, so this content I can put this guy over here and save. Now for the content, I'm going to let me start the content. So I'll say css dot content. I can see margin top of 200 pixel. So let's see, you can see what I'm getting. I'll see margin left of 300 pixel. Let me see what this will give. So you can see it's too much. So let me see, it's somewhere around here. So let me just use margin left of 150 pixel. If I say 150 pixel, okay, 150 is working. So now the next thing I'll do is that I will change the color to white. So I'll say that content, I want all the colors to be white. Color of white. Now remember the other day I said links behave as stubborn elements. So this is an example. You can see the link is still blue in color. Alright, so I have three movies to watch, then comma, then the next one is going to the other line. So I can put a break tag there. Three movies to watch. So this is the break tag. So let's see what we get. Now when I come back, you can see what I'm getting, three movies to watch. Then also for this, I have find the perfect. After the perfect, I can also put another break tag there. So perfect, then BR and save. So can you see what we're getting? It's kind of similar now. Then now for my H1, I can make it a bit big, or I can make it bigger rather. So I'll say dot content H1. I can say the font size should be let me say 300 pixel. I know this is too big. Okay, wow, that's really too big. So let's see. Let me say 100 pixel. Let me see 70. 70. So let's see. 70 is still big. Wow. Let me say 50 pixel. Okay, so you can see it's kind of matching it, right? Oh, 50 is too big. Let me see 40 pixel. I'm going to reduce this to 180 pixel. Wow, I think this works. Okay, this works. Then now I'm going to give this padding. Let me just give the padding, right? I'll say dot content p, right? And so I want to have a margin of 0 20. Okay, let me say 30 pixel top and bottom and 0 pixel left and right. So if I save, can you see what I'm getting? So those guys are now coming down. So there's a line height there, so I can see the line height, right? You know what line height does? The space between the line of that paragraph text, that paragraph tag. So I can see two rems. Let me see. So this is also a responsive unit. Okay, good. Two. Can you see what two is giving? So two is like too big. Let me say 1.5 rem. Okay, 1.5 is okay. Good, but that text is big. So let me just say the font size. Font size. Let me make it 18 pixel. The default font size is 16 pixels. So 18 is this. Okay, though it's not the same stuff. So there's also what we call word spacing. So let me see the word spacing. There's also what we call letter spacing. So let me see the word spacing, right? So I can give it 1 rem. So word is all the okay. 1 rem is too big. So I can say 0.5. Let me see. Okay. 0.5 is too big as well. Okay, let me say 0.3. Okay, is this too big? Is it too big? Let me see. Okay, let me just apply small word spacing. I'll say word spacing. Word spacing as sorry, letter spacing, not word spacing. Let me say the letter spacing should be 0.1 rem. So let's see. Okay, I think this is better. Let's make this 0.2. Okay, so I think this is better. Although it's not perfect, but let's just manage it. So the last thing we'll do is to say dot content what's it called, anchor tag. So I want to have a background color of, let's just use the same background color and the color of white. Though they are not the same, but let's just use the same white, right? Then it has a padding of, let me say, 10 pixel all around. So let's see, can you see what we're getting? So it's almost similar, it's almost the same. Then now I can use a, what's it called, a border radius of 10 pixel. And I can also do something like test decoration of none, right? If I do this and save, can you see what we're getting? Okay, though my text is kind of small, so let's just go back and work on it. So for the padding now, I will have something like 10 pixels top and bottom, 20 pixels left and right. So let me do this way, right? Then um what do I do again? The border radius, sorry, not this. This is not supposed to be for this. It's supposed to be for my padding. Then my border radius, I can increase it to 15 pixel, right? So good, I think this is better. But this one is very round, so I think my border radius will have to go to 20. But then let's just leave it. So you can see, though this text is smaller, I can reduce the size of the text by saying font size. Right, I'll change it to 14 pixel, so 2 pixels smaller than the default. So right, so we can see what we just did within this short period of time. We've created something similar to this with what we've learned so far. That's what we were using. The only different thing I added was the flex box property, which we are going to be looking on the next class, right? Letter spacing. When we say letter spacing, we're talking about the letters that forms that paragraph, like THESE. So we want to give them a little space. Then word spacing is the word TD, search, is, over, those words you get. If you notice, my word spacing itself is even too big in a way, but I'm just managing it. But you can see that it's almost similar. So you can see that now you are now, if you follow this tutorial, like go through it over and over again, you know how to replicate UIs, not just to, go and build one green and red website and so on and so forth. So if you follow this tutorial, you can learn how to build a Netflix clone and so on and so forth, right? So this is not perfect, but at least with this you've been able to learn some stuff, and at least your eyes are now open to new methods of doing things and so on and so forth. So now guys, we've come to the end of the video. As you can see, we've been able to clone this, though it's not perfect, but then we've learned some stuff. So let me just go back to the course file and scroll up. So we started by using margin 0, padding 0, and doing that, right? Then we give the body a font family of sans serif. Even if this is not the font family, but at least it's okay. Then we learned how to insert background image using CSS, right? Now there are some cases whereby you have to do more properties, like setting the repeats, giving it a dark color by using linear gradient and so on and so forth. But then this image does not need that, right? Because the side that the text will be on is already kind of dark. So we learned how to use the VH height value and so on and so forth. So we also talk about the nav. We use a bit of flexbox, which I'm going to be explaining when we do CSS layout and positioning. Then we talked about the other styles and aligning content and elements on the web page. So guys, thanks very much for participating in this class. We'll see you on the next class, and please stay tuned.